that to me is the biggest joy, man, because my babies, just like, you, Jason, and like one day you'll know, Trav, babies are everything. That's it.
It is 100%, 100%. It takes it the moment the first one pops out. It's like, okay, my entire hierarchy of priorities is completely shifted.
Just like that.
In an instant. Seriously, it's crazy. You'll see, Trev. It's crazy.
During a recent podcast recording, Jason Kelce and Dwayne Johnson decided to have a little playful fun with Travis Kelce by dropping hints about his potential future as a dad, which sparked widespread conversation about raising kids and the special experience of being a father to daughters. This entertaining exchange happened on the New Heights podcast episode that aired on the 13th of October, where Jason and Dwayne both opened up about their personal journeys as dedicated fathers to girls while gently poking fun at what Travis and his fiancée Taylor Swift might experience down the road. Dwayne Johnson, who proudly raises 3 daughters, which includes his 9-year-old Jasmine and his 7-year-old Tiana, whom he shares with his spouse, Lauren Hashian, along with his 24-year-old Simone from his earlier marriage to Danny. Garcia talked affectionately about how these young ladies have completely reshaped his entire existence. He turned his attention straight toward Travis while recording the show and mentioned that eventually he would come to realize exactly how much having children transforms absolutely everything and makes them the most important thing in your life. Jason Kelce, who stepped away from his career with the Philadelphia Eagles and currently parents 4 little girls called Wyatt, who turned 6 years old, Elliot, who reached 4 years, Bennett, who is 2 years, and their youngest Finley, who just hit 6 months old, alongside his partner Kylie Kelce, quickly backed up what Dwayne was expressing about the experience of raising children. Jason painted a picture of how the precise instant his oldest daughter entered the world, his whole perspective on existence underwent a massive transformation, and every single thing he valued suddenly reorganized itself immediately. He shared that stepping into the role of a parent proved to be such an overwhelming and meaningful experience that it fundamentally changed what he previously considered significant in his life. After that, Jason looked over at his younger sibling, Travis, and commented with a grin that he would discover what they were talking about before too long. Dwayne decided to pile on with the good-natured ribbing and informed Travis that both of them were sending out positive vibes his way and toward Taylor at this very moment, with hopes that they would soon embark on their own parenting adventure. Travis, who announced his engagement to Taylor Swift earlier in August, responded to all the teasing with laughter and described it as something wonderful rather than feeling any stress about it. The atmosphere throughout this exchange remained playful and filled with genuine affection as 3 accomplished individuals discussed what genuinely holds value in life far beyond winning titles and achieving commercial success. The 36-year-old athlete may not have any kids of his own at this point, but he has certainly thrown himself into being the entertaining uncle to his brother's 4 young girls, and from everything people say, he approaches this responsibility with complete dedication. Kylie Kelce offered some uncommon glimpses into how Travis behaves around her daughters during a segment on her own podcast titled Not Gonna Lie, which aired back in June. She detailed how whenever Uncle Travis shows up for a visit, the excitement and vigor he demonstrates is totally authentic, and he gives his complete focus to spending time with the children. Kylie talked about how her girls will instantly request that he sit down on the ground to participate in their activities, and even before they can complete their request, Travis has already positioned himself on the floor, prepared to engage in whatever imaginative play or games they have in mind. She continued by explaining that her daughters possess this particular liveliness and genuine enthusiasm for everything around them that the outside world hasn't crushed yet, and Travis brings that exact same level of excitement, which explains why they bond so wonderfully. The manner in which Kylie painted these scenes created an image of someone who, regardless of his celebrity status and packed schedule, never views spending time with his nieces as some kind of chore, but instead as activities he truly anticipates and treasures. Subscribe right now to catch more heartwarming stories about celebrity families and their special moments. Jason similarly praised his siblings' connection with his daughters during a conversation with media representatives back in September of the previous year. He confessed that although they make jokes and tease Travis by saying they won't trust him alone with the girls since they're so little, the reality is that Travis genuinely makes an ideal uncle. Jason described how his brother possesses this remarkable enthusiasm for living and such dynamic personality that individuals naturally gravitate toward spending time with him. He pointed out that his daughters are instantly drawn to their uncle, partially because he's an attractive person, but mainly because he's simply a genuinely entertaining individual who understands how to relate to young children at their own level. The sincere warmth in Jason's tone whenever he discusses observing his brother playing with his daughters demonstrates exactly how tight-knit the Kelce family truly remains. The topic of potential future offspring arrives during an interesting period for Travis and Taylor, who have been developing their romance over the last few years and just recently moved forward by announcing their engagement. Although the pair hasn't shared any official statements about beginning a family in the immediate future, the lighthearted remarks from Jason and Dwayne indicate that the people who know Travis best are already picturing him in the role of a parent. The relationship between the Kelce siblings has received plenty of attention, particularly after their podcast New Heights started and gained massive popularity, providing listeners with access to their interactions and their quite distinct characteristics. Jason, being the elder sibling, has consistently been more grounded and concentrated on domestic life, whereas Travis has built a reputation for his sociable nature and single lifestyle up until more recently. The entrance of Taylor Swift into Travis's world has generated even greater interest in the Kelce household, and supporters have thoroughly enjoyed witnessing their romance grow from those initial sporting events where Taylor appeared to cheer for Travis during Kansas City Chiefs games, all the way to when they revealed their engagement. Both Jason and Kylie have expressed favorable opinions about Taylor and how she integrates into their wider family circle, proving that the connections among everyone keep getting deeper. The conversation regarding parenthood during the podcast recording also emphasized how significantly both Jason and Dwayne have evolved in their capacities as fathers, and how profoundly they treasure that aspect of their existence. Dwayne Johnson, in spite of being among the most famous action movie performers in the entertainment industry and maintaining an extremely busy professional life, has consistently been transparent about how his daughters represent his number one focus. He regularly posts experiences with his girls across social platforms and has discussed numerous times how stepping into fatherhood shifted his outlook on what truly holds importance in living, his readiness to show emotion and speak candidly about how becoming a parent affected him emotionally has made him beloved by countless supporters who recognize him not merely as a tough movie character, but as an approachable father figure. In the same way, Jason Kelce has demonstrated through both his words and behavior that his family takes precedence, even while he made the shift from being a competing NFL athlete to stepping away from the sport. The manner in which both individuals talked about their kids throughout the podcast recording revealed that in spite of all their career achievements and all the recognition they've earned, nothing comes close to being a father and observing their daughters developing and maturing. Travis paid attention to all this guidance and friendly mockery with a positive attitude, clearly absorbing what his sibling and Dwayne were expressing, even though he's not entirely prepared to assume that responsibility himself at this moment. His responses throughout the podcast demonstrated that he wasn't brushing off their comments, but instead keeping them in mind for whenever the right time arrives.